Good night, stranger. My name is Titania, and I invite you to spend the night in my den, where you can rest comfortably. After all, you have journeyed this deep into the woods, and if you don't want to continue on until morning, it is best you stay here in my quiet and safe home. To make falling asleep even easier, I will tell you a bedtime story. Tonight's story will take you to the island of Ischia in the Bay of Naples. It is a place I myself have seen many times, and maybe I'll even be there when this episode of the Sleep Solace podcast comes out. It will lead you into a cave where a mysterious man appears in front of fishermen who seek shelter from raging storms out on the sea. He is known as the Magician of Ischia, and his cave as the Magician's Grotto. So if you ever happen to come to Ischia, you can actually visit this cave. It is only accessible from the sea, so you can go there by boat. If you want to know what the next episodes are about, visit my Patreon for free updates. I'm actually uploading information on quite a few episodes I'm planning to upload for the rest of the year. And if you are a subscriber, I will also upload a few polls so you can decide what episodes you want to hear next. And don't forget to leave requests in the comments if you have any. So now make sure that you have everything you need before you go to bed. Wear a nice cozy pajama, take your medication if you need to, get a sleep mask or a glass of water for your bedside table. If you are listening on YouTube, turn off autoplay. You can also set up a sleep timer if you like. And without further ado, let's start. Now, you may find a comfortable position to lie down and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. I want you to think of 3 things you are grateful for today. Maybe the sun was shining. Maybe you heard good music. Maybe today everything went according to plan. Allow yourself to be grateful for the small things. Concentrate on your breath again. Every time you inhale and exhale, feel the air flow under your nose. If there are thoughts coming up, look at them like you would look at a cloud in the sky and watch them pass by. With every exhale, your body relaxes deeper. Your feet become heavy. Your legs become heavy. Your shoulders become heavy. Your arms become heavy. Your hands become heavy. And your head becomes heavy. I am now going to count down from 5, and when I reach 1, you will be completely present in tonight's story. 5. You are totally safe and relaxed where you are in this moment in time. 4. A warm and cozy light spreads from your heart throughout your body, its golden glow filling you with a feeling of love and solace. 3. You let go of everything that is still binding you to today. 2. My voice is leading you through the light and beyond. The sounds of a storm reach your ears. Rain that is beating down on wooden planks. The wind is howling and waves are crashing. 1. The floor beneath your feet is reeling. You tumble and almost slip on the deck under you, but you catch yourself at the last second. The noise of the rain is so loud that you can barely understand what the fishermen around you are yelling as they pull on hawsers and try to haul in the lateen sails of their boats. There's one man with you, standing on the other side of the rail, holding onto his oar for dear life. "We need to seek shelter," he yells, hair sticking to his forehead under the drenched red cap on his head, and his shirt and vest cling to his body. With the highest effort, you grab for the oar on your side of the boat, tugging at it to change course. "There's a cave in the cliff," your companion cries over the noise of the wind, pointing his finger into the direction of the land, where ragged rocks rise into the stormy sky, so dark that you can barely see the black opening between them. From what you can see, the entrance is big enough for one boat to pass through without any problem. But there are other boats around that may head in the same direction at the same time. But there's no time to think, so you help the other man to steer the boat quickly, and soon you get submerged in the darkness of the grotto. Inside, the rain's relentless patter fades into the background, providing a constant sound that is not as all-encompassing as outside. And you don't need to concentrate so hard anymore to understand what your companion is saying as he pilots you farther into the cave. The water, albeit still rough, is much calmer here. Only small waves splashing against the hulk of the fishing boat. You can see the silhouette of 2 other boats following you into the blackness of the cave. "Giovanni, are you there?" a voice from one of the other boats calls, and the fisherman that is with you responds, "Yes, Stefano, we are here." For a while, you sit together in darkness, since due to the storm barely any light from outside can fall into the cave. Every now and then, water drips from the surrounding stones, a steady plop plop that sounds loud in the hollow of the cave. You take off your oilskin coat and the vest underneath it that is soaked despite the stiff coat repelling some of the rain. Even though it won't dry quickly here, this is at least better than if it clings to your body while you wait. Giovanni takes off his boots and you both sit down, you at the bow and he at the stern of the boat. At some point, one of the men pulls out a torch that must have not gotten too wet and dried quickly, because he manages to light a flame that illuminates your corner of the cave. Shadows dance over the rocky walls, the rails of the boats and 6 people sitting on them appearing contorted. "Let's hope the rain stops soon," Stefano calls. "Staying here for the night would be very uncomfortable. Enrico, do we still have some provisions at least?" Enrico, a bald man who is sharing the boat with Stefano, replies, "We do, but they probably won't taste very good at this point. They got all soggy in the storm." "When we are sure that the storm has passed, we should leave the cave immediately," a younger fisherman from the 3rd boat says, and you all agree. This is when you hear a rustling behind you, where only the naked rock should be. You turn around with a jerk and jump as you find a pair of dark eyes staring right at you. On one of the boulders, using it like it is a throne, sits a man. He is old in appearance, a white beard framing his face, and hair of the same color flowing down on his shoulders. Your reaction calls the attention of the other fishermen to him, and they gasp and ooh and ah, but none of them dare to move. The old man's face seems friendly, though. Smile lines etched around his eyes, and the corners of his mouth are slightly lifted, giving the impression of an affectionate grandfather. "How kind of you to visit me," he says, with a twinkle in his eyes. His voice is low, and you involuntarily lean forward to make sure you catch every word he says. "Who are you?" Enrico asks, but the old man only smiles, like he didn't hear him. He looks weird from this perspective, like he is bigger than a regular human. But because of the dimensions of the cave, the lighting, and the distance between you, it is impossible to tell. "Do not fret," he continues. "I led you into this cave safely, and you will leave safely again. The rain will let up, so trust the unfolding of your journey. You have all the tools you need to find your way back home. Even in the darkness of this cave and the dangers of this storm, there is a light within you that you may follow, and it can never be dimmed. If you pay attention to your intuition, that is where your true guidance begins, and you won't need me to show you the way. Once you leave this place, think of me and my words whenever you encounter hardships or worries. Look at them as a lesson. Think of me and give yourself some grace, some compassion. Offer it not only to others, but also to yourself. Return home securely and breathe deeply to release all your burdens. I want to take them from you. Remember your own strength, and that from now on, you are never walking on your path alone. So rest easy tonight. Delivered in his low tone, the speech sounds almost hypnotic, and you feel a wave of calmness wash over you as the words reverberate in the cave and resound in your mind. With a bright smile, the man raises his hands, his white robes sliding down his arms. Voices echo through the cave, light and melodious. As you peer into the water, you can see women's faces beneath the surface, wavy hair floating around them like seaweed, and their mouths move, singing beautifully. The old man sits there with his hands in the air like a conductor, swaying slowly to the sound of the music. It mixes with the noise of the rain from outside and creates another worldly melody that lulls you into a state of complete relaxation. And you and the other fishermen sit in your boats enchanted and listen with open mouths. You don't know how much time passes, and you don't realize that the storm outside dies down. But then the torch burns out and the song ceases. Confused, you blink into the darkness. The scene in front of you disappeared completely, and you can't even see your own hands in the night. But registering the quiet surrounding you now, you also notice that the storm must have stopped, as the rain outside falls only lightly now. And finally, the moon peeks out from behind the remaining clouds, full and bright, like a round plate on a dark table, and illuminates the entrance to the cave. You prepare your boats and set out onto the open sea, following the moonlight that paints a streak of silver onto the waves. Outside, you can finally hoist the lateen sail again and head for home through the drizzle. "We need to go out and fish again tomorrow, now that we saw him," Giovanni declares. When you shoot him a confused look, he explains, "That was the magician, I'm sure. I've heard other fishermen tell stories about him, and after meeting him, all of them made a good catch. It is late now, and we are all exhausted, but tomorrow we will make the best catch of our lives." He sounds so excited that you can't help but smile. The boat is rocking slowly now. It is getting more and more difficult to suppress how tired you are, and your eyes fall shut. You become aware of my voice again. I will now count to 5, and once I reach the number 5, you will fall asleep. 1. You feel a comfortable and cozy warmth spread through your entire body. 2. Your muscles relax completely. 3. You feel safe and full of love. 4. Your mind is quiet and at ease. 5. You drift off into a sound and restful sleep. You are safe here in my witch's den.